Hello there, Arc Bear here. Arc Wolf. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I got an idea from someone in the comment section. Sorry, I don't remember who said it specifically. But they said, why don't I make the cook pot that's going to be over there look like it's actually cooking something. So it looks like we got a little bit of stew in here. Or it looks like it's a little pre-digested stew. Either way. Now we got something in the cook pot. Not that bad. It's not my best work of art, but it's certainly not the worst. I don't think. Anyway. The facade's done. I did the same I did there up there. I took off the overhang. And I put trim up there. And I will probably replace that when we get the ability to make the shingled supports. But for now, the larch looks fine, and you really can't tell there is a facade there. A little tip: when you fight a drifter like that, if you can click on him with your weapon and it opens their inventory, they obviously don't have anything left in it. If you have to use your knife on them, it means they might still have something on them. It's not 100%, but it's what I've noticed for the most part. So yeah, this facade is done. I do need to go around and add the trim to these other windows. And then of course, when I finish upstairs, there'll be another window up there. I'll knock out the facade. Not a big deal. But the facade looks good. And the stew pot now looks decent. Let's just go with decent. I really have to stop recording these videos after running my long runs because I don't have much energy today. I ran 30 kilometers. That's nearly 19 miles. So I have been kind of just mentally checked out all day. Let's see if I can do it with either of these. No. Yeah, see, they both had something. I have been collecting wood. This is a very large room. I think it's 7 by 7. It's not the largest. 7 by 7 by 4. Nowhere close to the largest you can make for charcoal pits. The largest I think is 11 by 11 by 11. But I don't think I will ever need to produce that much charcoal in one go. Of course, you do produce that much charcoal, and you might never need charcoal again for the rest of your run. So there is that. Oh, and something else. I've been going around, and you can't see it on the tooltip right now, but each of these blocks is chiseled. I was getting so tired of drifters and bowtorn and whatnot knocking the gravel off and making a complete mess of this inlet here. So yeah, I went around, I chiseled every block, so now they don't landslide. I'd say it's the only real issue I have with having a landslide on is all these nice looking rivers get messed up whenever you walk by them because they just cause all the blocks to landslide. That aside though, I am working on making more plaster, and I need to go out and start collecting more iron so we can get started on our steel production. And I gotta go chop down some more wood. So I'm gonna go do that and bring you back in when either we've made more progress or something interesting happens. Or both. Well, it's been a little while since I last recorded. I started playing No Man's Sky to check out how that was, and yeah, I lost track of time. Anyway, I've been working here in the kitchen a little bit, amongst other places. Went and got some shale, chiseled it into polished, got some more claystone, polished it. I continued this shape on so it's all uniform, and then I've got this rand block here temporarily. Remember, we had the decorative fire pit, fire pit right there. So we need to do something for that. That's why that's there, just so we can place it. So I did this. I used the palette to change my palette block here. This red is that red, and there it kind of looks like embers, and then this just sort of looks like hot, maybe a little rusted iron, right? So we can pick this up, and it's all done on polished shale, so it matches the surface there. And we put it down, and now it kind of looks like a I can't think of the word right now. Doesn't matter. Now we can place that on, and when we cook it, yeah, it actually looks like a stove. And that's when we remove that block from there, and we can go and grab some firewood from down here, and yeah, we can kind of make this look like that's the firewood that's fueling the stove. And then what I was thinking was making some of the decorative shelves, putting them here and here, and then making sort of like cupboards. I've still got to figure out what I want to do for those, because it's a lot of chiseling, and not something I'm necessarily all that great at. But yeah, that's our current update on the kitchen. We actually have a stovetop now. I was debating between using just the polished shale or doing what I did here with the clay stone facade, and having the clay stone facade just sort of continues the shape, gives it a bit of uniformity, and I mean it matches the floor, which is all clay stone also. So I keep falling. So I think that was the better idea. We can always come through and add a little trim if we want to give it a little more difference, but that's good enough for now. Now it's getting warm. Well, not warm. It's getting daylight out. It's getting colder too. It's winter time, and I gotta deal with this guy who's been annoying me all night. But we just finished up making 2 batches of iron, so I'm gonna go work those from the blooms to being ingots, and then we can get started on steel once I just take care of this guy also. Yeah, that looks good. The flame particles coming up. It looks like it's sitting on top of a stove. So that's, exactly what I wanted. It's a little disconcerting seeing the ground smoking like that. But, yep, we've got quite a bit of charcoal firing right now. I have cleared out a pretty decent section of this forest for the firewood. It's not the full room. If we run down there quickly, you'll see that, yeah, it's 3 less than a full room. So it's 7 by 4 by 4, right? I think it's a 4 by 4. Yeah, 7 by 4 by 4. So that's 112 charcoal. Actually, it's 111 because I had to remove 1 in order to set the fire. So 111 stacks of firewood. And you get, you get between 4 and 8 charcoal. So I average out to 6. So listen, we're going to get nearly 700 charcoal from that. I don't know if we're going to need any more charcoal for the rest of the series. But once that's done firing in a little less than a day, we will get to filling this out. We've already got the ingots ready. And then we'll stack the charcoal down here. And start burning let's start the process of making steel. So while I wait for my fire pit to finish up, I decided to make one of these bucket hooks. It does not interfere with me going up and down the steps. All right, and Well, we can just store our buckets on it. So that way it's not taking up space on the floor. Looks a bit nicer. These are pretty cheap. 2 boards and 2 sticks to make 1 bucket hook. And we're going to go put the other 2 in our barn, which still doesn't have any animals in it because I'm waiting for the sheep to procreate. And then I got to transport the sheep. And it's going to take a while to get animals back in here. But we can at least do some prep work so that when we do, repopulate in here, we've got everything we need. They look pretty nice. They are from the food shelves mod. So same mod that gives us the meat cooler and or meat freezer and the fruit cooler and the fruit shelves and all that fun stuff. So a nice little utility. Figured I'd show it off while I had a chance. Smoke's done. Guess that means the fire pit's ready to go. Or the charcoal's done. So let's start collecting some of this. Yeah, this is going to last us for quite a while, I think. And then we're going to need a bunch. I don't remember the... As I was saying, I don't remember the exact number we need. 47. And then we've got a little bit more in here. I think we have 13 here. Yeah, so that's 60. That's definitely more than enough. So, to start making steel, we bring the coal and the ingots over to our stone coffin, which we made last time. Need a layer of high carbon charcoal first. So there we go. We put 8 charcoal in, and then we put... Okay, you gotta shift click. 4 iron, another 8 charcoal, 4 iron, charcoal. So we start with 60. We need 40 charcoal to fill it up, and 16 iron. We then grab our stone coffin lid. We put those on top, and now we just need to fill up down here. So we're gonna need a bit more. Oh wait, we need 16, right? Whoop, nope, I just drew on the back wall. Right, we need 32 charcoal. It's been a while since I made charcoal, I don't remember. It's like autofilling. As you collect, it falls from behind and refills the location. And there we go. That's all the charcoal. So next we just need to light it. It will spread to the back. You can light it on the back if you want. And then we go upstairs. You see the heat particles coming up. That means it's firing. It says it's receiving heat. Says it's receiving heat. Now, if we go in there, we take damage. Quite a bit. So, just close the door. And we will have to come back every now and then to refill the, or top off the charcoal. If you top it off while it's still burning, you don't need to relight it. It's going to take a few days for this to be done. Just open up, check what the carbonization process is at. If I remember correctly, you get about 17% per 32 charcoal. So it's 5-6 cycles of charcoal. So it's 32 times, let's say 6. 30 times 5 is 150. So 30 times 6 is 180. And then 6 times 12 is... So 192 charcoal. I think. We'll see. But this is not going to be done this episode. In fact, this won't probably be done next episode either. It takes a while for charcoal to fire. But there we go. That's how we make charcoal. It's well on its way. We've got plenty of leftover charcoal. I'm sorry. Now we've got steel on the way, and we have plenty of leftover charcoal for anything else. It's gonna last. This should last us a while. Okay, we've burned through 24 charcoal, and we're up to about 15%, oh, 16%. So I'm trying to like do the math in my head. 24 over 16, maybe 120 charcoal total. But yeah, I'm just going to top this off. And you see you can top it off while it's burning. And that should carry us along until we're about 30% of the way through. 32%. And I'll just try to keep doing that as this burns so that we don't have to relight it. And also, I think as long as it doesn't burn out, none of these blocks can get damaged. I don't know if the blocks only get damaged when the process completes, or if they can get damaged anytime the fire stops burning. So by keeping it lit the whole time, we guarantee that if it's when they burn out, they won't burn out. If it's only when it's done, it doesn't matter either way. Well, I was just clearing out this area a bit more. I'm just really trying to clean up all these bushes so that the landscape looks nice, so I can start building a road that will carry us over here into the village, and then figure out what I'm going to do to restore those buildings. I was looking through some of the different things we can make in the mod here, and we do have wall cabinets from, again, the food shelves mod. And I said I want to make my own cabinets. We'll do that with the chisel tool mod. But for now, I'm going to make a few of these to kind of get an idea. And also, I mean, that just kind of looks pretty good. Shift click to open. Okay, they open up, not... I thought they might open sideways, but they open up. But there we go. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to do them on both sides though, because I was thinking of using one of these as a workstation, especially if I'm making bread. And you can't have this and the bread there, so... You know, if we take that down, then we just swap this over there. We can put our excess bowls in there, close that, and that gives us a workstation to make bread and food storage. We might end up swapping it to the other side. Depends on what looks nicer. And you know what? I like this. Does mean we have an extra shelf here. We can toss that up there. No, I don't like it there. Don't really like it there either, but let's make do for now. Oh, and I moved that up there, so it's definitely not in the way. But yeah, that looks nice. And it matches the color palette pretty well. So it's not a stretch. Oh, and I can't, well, it's getting nasty out. But if we pop through this wall here quickly, I start putting up the facade for the fireplace on the back. Like I said, when we reach the top there, we'll have it come out a full block. Like we have here, it's a full... Excuse me. It's a full block here. That's a half block. When we get to the top, it'll be a full block again. And as the full block, we will put the decorative fireplace on top so that it can smoke and make it look like there's actually a fire burning in the fireplace. Okay. Time to get out of here. It's nasty outside. Just gonna go hide in here and eat. Next, I gotta plan what I'm gonna do with the dinner table. Or the dining room table that I want to make. I don't want to block the doors, so I'm gonna have to be smart about how I place it. But yeah. That's probably our next major project. Getting a lot of little projects done today. I mentioned I was cleaning up some of the bushes. We've got the charcoal going, the steel going, which, by the way, it's at 32%. It may be ready by next episode, depending on how much time, or by the end of next episode, depending on how much time I spend doing little things. But as you can see, I've also put windows up here. And I was thinking, our little room downstairs, the one under the sloped roof, I think I'm going to turn this into just a little storage room or something, because really, I should make a nice study, and I can't really do that in the bedroom. I mean, I could, but I don't want to do that in the bedroom, though I could partition this room somewhat. What I was thinking instead, actually I might do that too, is maybe turn this into a study. You know, I actually like the idea I was just saying better. Partition this room, and we can use these. They're not quite thick enough to make the room half. If I put a half slab there, I could cut this. No, I don't really like that. I didn't really make this room partitionable. Anyway, I'll play with that idea. If that doesn't work, we'll turn the upstairs into the study library with all of our shelves, our bookcases, scroll racks, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, I'll figure something else out. But that will all have to wait until next time. So, until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Thank you to my channel members for your support, and I'll see you next time. Later.